Good morning, heroes. Welcome back. I'm hoping that whatever the lag issue is fixes itself with the computer. I tried to start 10 minutes ago and it just seemed to get progressively worse. Um, like even Ascension crashed already once trying to get everything set up. Oh, great. And there we go. Come on. You can do it, game. I don't have anything loading in the background, which is weird. And then Jutb sent us some gear, so we're going to be holding on to this for a tad bit here. Let's see. I actually want to put that closer down here so I don't accidentally sell it. But it's high spirit gear for us with spell power, level 25. So we've got a little bit of ways to go. 3 levels. Off camera, I did do some stuff. I'll delete that later. I did go off and complete some quests up this way. We need to go turn in some stuff, and then do some Moeth stuff down this way. But I tried to get a little bit done. But we're gonna queue for some more dungeons. If you guys are on and want to join, feel free to join us on our dungeon runs. If you happen to be questing in the same area, you're always more than welcome to come quest with us as well. We're really starting to get into the let's see, whoever takes a caster command for 30 minutes. Oh, that's okay. That's one of the new buffs we had got the other day. Man, oh man, I'm tired. I was up late last night working on getting um what you call it the Stormbringer started. So uh, oh, my book's not out. There we go. Started a Stormbringer, and I'm gonna be working on him off camera for a little bit. Uh, I got asked to do the Stormbringer. Somebody really wanted to know my point of view on the lightning build, so I'm trying to work on that as quickly as possible. And then my friend started Fellsworn, and he's going to go tank on that and then let me know kind of roundabout what he thinks on it. So we'll see. We've got two different classes in the works right now. Go get that quest turned in. But yeah. Oh, you've got a Ivar the Foul. He's over here in this barn, if I remember correctly. I like how that dude ran in here, pulled everything, and then ran out. We're gonna wait for that guy to walk around the corner. We'll take him out. And that guy was doing some form of challenge, so we couldn't even try and hit the target. That sucked. Absolutely. I need water. Ugh. Bubbalure. And let's see, the flavor we've got today is peach raspberry. Reminds me of the scene from Spaceballs where Lone Star jams their signal and he's like, only one man would dare give me the raspberry. Lord Helmet. Well, I'll be honest, did not think we would be able to get up here. Little Sun Cleric, level 17 right there. Level 15 Stormbringer. Nice. Come on, Ivar. We need you to spawn, please. We have so many quests to do and turn in. Technically, a bunch of those are dungeon quests, so they don't really matter. Like, let me go in here. Scarlet Monastery. Oh, I should be able to pop my bubblehead and still turn that in. All right. This we have to go into Shadowfang Keep for. Have to go into Shadowfang Keep for. I'm gonna go ahead and abandon both of those because we get those quests as soon as we go in the dungeon. Really? There we go. Quest complete there. And leave party so that we get maximum XP for turning in the quest. Alright. Now we just have due south of us. That Stormbringer was nice enough to give us Call of the Storm. And the Sun Cleric gave us Devotion of Grace. It's only slightly annoying when you have people coming out here and attacking the things that you're trying to attack. It's all good, though. Boom and boom. Oh, we need to queue for Dungy again. Oh, all right, that quest is now complete. We can run down here, turn this in, and then we can go back to town, turn that in. Yeet. Oh. Bummer. Don't mind me. I'm just a guy on a hyena. Yep. Beetle Boy thought he was going to be clever by going out and around to get to that, and he still aggroed the undead dude. All right. Do we want to? No, because we're going to get more quests to the south, so. Let's just continue on. Let's go turn in everything that we can so that we can get the next set of quests here. By the way, it says that the poll had some other stuff here. We've already answered all these. Both. Both should not require a level 60, I think. Even though I have level 60s on Bronzebeard, I think I have a level 60 over on Area 52. That requires me to go to Undercity, so we'll hold off on that. Because there will be another quest at some point. I just forget when. Nope. This is the problem is they moved all the quest givers, so now I have no idea. There's one. I have no idea where the quest givers are for turning in stuff. I think that is one that you have to be in a group for, but we'll see. And then, like, they made this place massively larger, because used to you would just come down here and you would talk to one dude, but now this is like a massive, like, actual catacomb. It's funny, they have duplicated characters up here, though, in case you guys haven't seen that. Okay. Alright, now our quests take us over here and up here to get the remedy. I do like a lot of the changes that they have done though to each zone. Because like now we have this church, we have that building, and like the whole sepulcher is now, instead of just like a way station on your way out of Silverpine Forest, it's like an actual town where people exist, and I love that. It really just makes it seem, I don't know, it just makes it feel like a bigger area. We are holding on. One deeps and one tank. Come on, tank and deeps. Let's go. Uh-huh, uh-huh. And then one more deeps. One more deeps, please. Bro, the amount of time that a DPS has to wait. Downside is we have to wait until we get much higher level. Well, not, I mean, not much. We need like 7 levels, I think. And then our DPS is really going to start taking off. Technically, we could go ahead and switch over to the actual DPS spellcaster and just wait, but I don't know. I don't feel like doing that. I'm a Thursday feeling DPS seems so low. I mean, DPS may be low for us, period, but we'll see. I was told to focus spell power and spirit, and then somebody sent us a build. I have it pulled up. But see, primarily the Fleshweaver used to be a just straight healer build. I don't know why they moved it to a support role. When we do mediocre healing and we do mediocre damage. Like, I don't understand why it got moved. So. Now, what I do like is, yeah, I can link it. Give me a sec. What I can do is like supplement the healer, because like Shaggy over here, who's a witch doctor, I'm able to assist him in making sure that the tank in the party doesn't die. Need roll. I'll link it. I think we'd be more useful in raids and PvP. 5-mans if the healer can't top everyone off. You are in trouble anyway. Yeah. I don't know. I have seen some, at least back in beta. I don't know what's changed since then. But I've seen Fleshweavers that were doing fantastic DPS in dungeons. And then I've seen them in PvP also basically tank stuff as a Fleshweaver. So like there's gotta be a way to get it done, you know what I mean? But yeah, once we're done with this dungeon, I can link it for you. It always wigs me out when I see the healer is at like half mana. And the tank is still pulling stuff. Because not many healers, with the exception of, say, like the cultist, have a way to just get all of their mana back while in combat. Do you use melee abilities ever? I don't. Technically, I can. Because technically, we are in a cursed form the way we do this. Because we get, what's that ability called? Sanguine Essence technically puts us in a cursed form. Yeah, no, 100% sacred. Oh, and of course, I'm the one that gets feared. Yay! And I'm feared and slept. Really? I'll lose 1 spell power, but I gain a bunch of other stuff. And I gain that spell power back right there, so. How's the Blood Mage doing? It must be boring if you're sleeping on the job like that. I mean, it can't be any worse than a standard druid healer in retail, so. Maybe we give the sanguine build a shot today until we can get, because like the skill that we need is right here, and we still need technically 4 levels. No, 3 levels to get it. Moon Gaze is useless, right? I'd have to go look at Moon Gaze. Take a bit of a break from leveling, doing some professions. Then Power World full release came out last night. Nice. I saw that. I've played Power World on the channel before. I thought maybe that would be cool, but it never really got the attention I was hoping for when I was playing it. So for now, I'm going to stick to this. I don't mind leveling. Hey, look, now it tells us that we have 455 new race combinations. Okay, decline. Let's leave party. Let's run out of here real quick so I don't have to fight any more of them. Okay. Did you see Sevix did a vid reviewing the COHLA? I think his hooked. I haven't seen it. I'll go look at it while I'm at work today. All right, let me get that build posted for you real quick. All right. Okay, good. Whew. It did post. So there you go. Dilando. Lando. Interesting. But there's the link for the build that we are running on this guy. Basically all the important stuff is going to be over on the Fleshweaver tree versus over on the Bloodmage tree. But it is what it is for now. Since we basically have 3 levels, because like the way we would do this is we need Crimson Tide plus the attachments for Crimson Tide, right? And then we do want to get Himmel Excision. Why is that not braining today? Cut into an enemy's excision. There we go. Cut into an ally's vital essence, siphoning all curse effects from them. You may reactivate this ability, so we'll get curses that we can throw on the enemy, and then, like, for example, Taldaram's Torment, but there will be another one that we can get that will help us do dot damage. We put that on them, and then this allows us to swap it every minute and a half from something else, so... But let's ooh, that's not what I wanted. Since we got at least 3 levels before I can grab Crimson Tide, because I still have to put a point here and a point here in order to open up this. Maybe we try Sanguine? So we get Vampiric Fang so that we can get rid of our thirst. All of this stuff, I don't really care. Let's boom. And then we get Valinar's Vengeance. Let's see. Shadow damage dealt by phonic hit chance. Tick rate of Tellerman's Torment by 30%. I kind of like that. Let's grab 2 points here, I guess. Increases the duration of animated blood by 1 per stack of thirst. Aneurysm. Counter the enemy spellcasting. Man, I don't care about that one. Increases the damage of Valinar's Vengeance. Okay. And increases your spell haste by 3% and increases the range of your sanguine spells and blood bolt by 5 yards. Let's go with that. That's more damage. That has a 1-minute cooldown, even though it shows as a buff. How interesting. Okay. And then we ended up. Boom. Boom. And then let's go Sanguine. I thought that big spell was over here. Yeah, that one. Boom. Alright. We can give this a shot for a couple levels, and then we can switch back over. Oh. Alright, what is this? Shock. Induce your blood into an enemy to shock their nervous system, reducing their attack power by 60 for 15 seconds or removing 1 enrage effect. Moon Gaze. Allow your blood curse to take control and embrace your inner self for 5 minutes. That's stupid. Oh yeah, that's why we don't use it. All right, take that off my bar. That's terrible. You can't move, attack, or do anything. So I don't understand it. All right. Let's see here. I will tell you, the Stormbringer so far feels a little bit different than it did in beta, and it actually feels pretty darn good. Dang, that's powerful. And this uses health? Okay. Interesting. Each cast time of this ability increases its damage. Not that we seem to be having a problem with it. If we could make that AoE, holy cow. There is a unique that usually can spawn over here. So just be careful. Excuse me. Gosh darn hiccups, go away. Now, if it wasn't for the fact that I'm committed to finishing the Bloodmage before we start streaming another class, I can tell you right now, the Stormbringer would be pretty darn dope too. But I'm leveling that one with my friend Devin when he has opportunities to play. I don't really care to go inside the castle for right this second. I think in alpha, your thirst stacks lasted a lot longer. I think they were like 60 seconds. And it made it a little frustrating because if you weren't doing combat and then all of a sudden you were in combat and you were like, oh, I forgot about my thirst stacks, you could end up severely lowering your own damage. So now that they're only 20 seconds long, that's actually really good. Meow. It's a very single target build, though. And like our health goes down a lot more than I would really like. Yes, we can use this to get our health back, but if I'm having to build up closer to 9 to get that to proc, like, let's come stand right here. But we're about to hit level 23. So. We'll switch back to the Fleshweaver here in a minute. Pass. I feel like we just don't get our spells off fast enough in sanguine form. I think our healer is a tinkerer. And he's out of mana. Alright, hold on. Go back over to this. Fleshweaver, here we go. Okay, it is that boss. We might do less damage, but I feel like this is probably our best bet in terms of being useful. Talent on the right side are not set yet. Oh, that one. Thank you. And the tank is nowhere near us. Let's help the healer out. Yes, we'll do less damage, but that's fine. If I was worried about damage at this point, we wouldn't be playing a caster. We'd be either doing the tank or we would be doing the accursed role, because that's the hybrid. I need to turn that down just a tad. Oh, holy cow. I take my eyes off for just a second to fix my... Oh, no, we have a pyromancer healer, it looks like. Is that what we have? Nope, it is a tinker. I don't know why it looked like we had a pyro for half a second there. We have a pyromancer in the group. He is incineration, it looks like. Pyromancer was pretty fun too when I was leveling it. Okay, boom. So far, I can tell you I am not impressed with the Tinker Healer. He seems to be running out of mana at a frightening rate. But granted, dude's only level 20. I don't know when they become better. But, yeah. How did I pull y'all? Let's be real. How? We got Knight of Azeroth in here just absolutely obliterating stuff. Nice. I don't know. Watching this Tinker makes me never want to do it for a heal build. Knight of Azeroth is so broken. I did a couple of runs on mine as DPS. Not good gear, still top of the DPS charts. See, I would do a Knight of Azeroth, but man, I feel like they attack so gosh darn slow. Int spirit, nah. Alright, leave party. In PvP, you just look at the other guy and they die. Alright, hopefully they've taken out a whole bunch of people so I can just run through here. Go click the thing that we need, and then we can hearth out of here back to the sepulcher. The only thing I don't like about the elves is the fact that our ears flop when we run. Like, what is that, man? There we go. And hearthing back. Whoa, alright. We did level up, which is nice. We want to grab Vampiric Kiss real quick so that we can, because like we need this, And then as soon as we put a point in there and then we level up again, we'll be able to get Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide is where we start getting our DPS to really go, I think. Because this one is create a pool of blood beneath up to 10 enemies within 10 yards of you, causing them to bleed for 259 shadow damage over 15 seconds. If we do it while we're empowered, the radius is increased by 5 yards and costs 100% less rage. So we could cast it for free as an empowered. Then we pick up Sovereignty. Damage dealt by Crimson Tide now grants you Sovereignty. Reduces the cost of your next Blood Bolt within 12 seconds by 10% and causes it to strike one additional nearby enemy for each target damage, stacking up to 5 times. Beauty of that is if we have one target that gives us those stacks, and that's the only target we have, they'll be hit with all 5 Blood Bolts. So we can get a ton of damage, ton of healing back for that. And then each tick of Crimson Tide now has a 10% chance to heal a nearby ally for 25% of the damage dealt. Again, if we're the only person out there doing solo stuff, we're the ones getting all the heals from that. So beautiful there. And then your healing done now has a 10% chance to heal a target for an additional 78 over 6 seconds. We want to go all the way down that way. Your periodic damage and healing now has a 10% chance to grant a stack of pooled vitality. That would actually be a good one to grab as well. Arterial bind. Place a pool of blood on the ground beneath enemies and allies. Healing allies for and silencing all enemies for 4 seconds. Your vampire's rage now regenerates 20% of your maximum rage. No idea. All right, let's get all this turned in. Okay. Yeah, if I had to pick another class to go with, nope. I don't think there's anything down here for us to turn in. All right, cool. If we had to start another class, I think I would end up going Stormbringer, because that's what a lot of people apparently are looking for is Stormbringer content. I almost went ahead and just started it and went, forget the Bloodmage, because with the Stormbringer, I know what stats I need to be focused on. I know what talent points I want to focus on. The only thing I don't know is if I would want to do Lightning or Maelstrom. I would probably go Maelstrom for overworld stuff, and then when we start doing dungeons, go Lightning just for the AoE capabilities. So, there is that. But yeah, I mean, there's a ton that, like, I guess the top 3 searched classes, and if you guys want to see me start one and do one, just let me know. But the top 3 searched classes right now are Stormbringer, Rune Master, and Felsworn. Didn't see that one coming. Don't get me wrong, Felsworn is fantastic, but I top as Nox every run with 300 ping, usually gap the second DPS by a lot too. Dang. Yeah. I wish I could just stand being a Knight of Azeroth, because don't get me wrong, they hit like a truck. But I don't like the fact that I feel like I push the button to do damage, and then I have to wait for a second for me to do the damage I pushed a button on. And to me, that just feels so slow. And if we went Felsworn, for me, it would be a caster. Rune Master would be caster, obviously. I think we'll just wait here and wait for this little area to start respawning more people. But yeah, if we had to start one of those 3 that people are looking for, my vote would 100% be on doing the Stormbringer. That would be me personally. But I do know that there's people out there looking for the Felsworn, and there's people out there looking for Rune Masters. So we've already done this dungeon, so no new quests. We're gonna need to empty out our bags soon. I don't know, man. This tank seems to be taking a lot of damage. What is our tank? Witch Hunter? What is our healer? Another tanker? Jeez. I don't know. I guess it's a good thing we came back to the Fleshweaver spec, because if we're gonna keep getting tinkers, man, this is freaking terrible. I like their gear set, but goodness, they are not good healers. 2 for 2, would not recommend. Ow. Hey, tank. I mean, if he's just gonna sit there and not attack anybody, I'll take it. I don't understand why the tank waited for that. I don't know, man. Maybe this is a tank issue, not a healer issue. Two levels off running randoms on my cultist. Sadly, I'm not on racks with him. Yeah, it'd be fun. Ah. Yeah, I have a feeling this. Oh. I think this is a tank problem, not a healer problem. Like, look at that, man. With a dedicated healer and me trying to get heals up on him. Homeboy is still just almost dying every pull. I don't understand that. What level is our tank? Level 30? You should know your spec by that point, bud. Apparently, Templar is insane now with the way that the build is set up. I can't remember if it was Tiber or if it was Vibes that was telling me about the Templar. 100% it was Vibes. That's who was telling me about it. Bam. Homie is level 54. That is insane. But like he was telling me that it used to be basically a spin to win, but now it's you build up stacks and then you spin to win, if I read correctly. And he was saying it was doing phenomenal damage, and I was like, nice to know. It's a bummer. I don't know what we changed, but we're not seeing those like 1500 crit heals much anymore. Maybe my crit is too low. Like at most we'll see like a 700, maybe 800. Yep, saw that coming. I don't have any rage built up. And the healer is out of mana. This is such a terrible tank, man. Whoo! There was an 1100 one. I like that. I don't know how many buffs I can give him, but there we go. All right, hit him with everything I got. Supports can't queue as healers. Not this one, apparently. And they, like, lowered how much overall healing this class does, which I think is ridiculous. At least for now. I'll eventually have way more healing. But the fact that, like, my healing has been reduced, I can't queue as a healer, my damage is reduced because I'm a support role, it makes it to where this spec, the Fleshweaver, is not a good spec to be trying to run. God, this tank is terrible. It's time for the Call of the Darkwing. Is it time for Call of the Darkwing? I don't know what you mean by that, bud. I don't know if I don't understand well the Bloodmage, but I think it's fucking weak. At least support and caster. I kind of agree with you on that for now. We'll see how it goes. I'm only level 23, but that's the heal bats thing you get as Eternal. Oh. Well, it'd be nice if I was the tank and had access to that, but I don't. I have a feeling the only two classes that early on will do decent damage is going to be the hybrid build. Was it the Accursed and Eternal? I think these are the only two that do well early on. But like I said, if I had to redo a class, because I don't have the stats to or gear to redo this guy as either the because this requires pure agility and this is agility stamina. I don't have the ability to do this. This guy needs agility spell power, which is insane stats to try and find. You're good, Vibes. Now, I will say, when I first started this class, I thought it was a healer, so shame on me for not realizing that it was a crappy DPS healer, but in beta, Sanguine had life drain like Affliction Warlock and then deleted that. Yeah. Well, shoot, in beta, this thing, like I said, PvP-wise and PvE-wise, I saw Blood Mages be the Sanguine build, and they were amazing healers. They did decent damage. And then all of a sudden, like, we come to live, and they just suck. I can hardly spin anymore, by the way. I just spam all other spells, and they all cleave basically up to 25 enemies if I get going that high. Nice. I don't know, reading your message last night or this morning, one of the two. Here, let's just spam healing for half a second. Jeez, this tank is fucking terrible. Probably going to complain in the Discord about Templars. I went from being worst on DPS to people complaining I'm too good. That's good to know, man. I'll eventually start doing some melee builds, but jeez. I'm such a fan of casters that it might take me a while to get there. Kind of feels like a caster, though. Oh, does it? Really? Can't leave party. Oh, that was rough, man. Yeah, based off skills and not really me hitting stuff. Interesting. I'll have to give it a look. let's try and finish up this quest here so we can start going south and getting more quests done. Come on. We're almost level 24, which is nice. Hopefully we'll get some new talents at 24, but I doubt it. And that's the last one of these guys I need. Alright. So yeah, we can go back to town, turn that in. Hopefully that gives us enough XP there. And then we just need to go south and get all that completed. I remember when trying to do this island, everything out there was elites, and so it was just one giant group quest, and now they're all non-elites. Until you have to go fight the guy upstairs. And that quest, it recommends 3 players, but obviously if you have a decent build that can do plenty of self-sustain and damage, you don't need to be in a party. Or if you have pets like the necromancer that can just tank it for you while you DPS the guy down, especially if you're an animation necro. Kill Grimson the Pale. Nope. That's the one I was just talking about. It's a that's a group quest down here because it's all elites, I believe. Hold on. I know one of the quests for Ogrel's Folly is a group quest. That one's not too bad because I can just run in and grab it. I don't have to worry about that. Ogrel's Folly. Where's it at? Are you joking? Now, I will say Sanguine is a lot faster at taking things down while I'm solo, though. So that's up over here, and Raven calls. Okay. There is something inside this barn. Chance to hit to flay your target, inflicting 21 shadow damage. Not bad. Oh. That guy is at 1 million. No, sorry, 143,000, 144, 145K percent on health. Um, cheating, cheating, right? We all agree, cheater. If you're 145,000% health, just let's go eternal. Oh, I already have that down there. Requires rage though, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, got a maelstrom in here. Yeah, if y'all wanted to see a powerhouse spellcaster, I'd have to go Stormbringer or Necromancer. Especially since, like, with the Stormbringer, I know specifically what stats we focus on. Spell power, then Ent. And then crit if you're Maelstrom. The fact that you basically have infinite mana if you do it right with the Stormbringer is awesome. You get a self-sustaining heal, which is nice. Like, overall, it is a really good build. Now, granted, I would go Lightning for Dungeons, and then I would go Maelstrom for Overworld, personally. Oh, that's new. I didn't know you could turn into an elemental as a Maelstrom. May have to rethink the plan. Are the servers still? Yes. After Blizzard issue, if you're talking about the lawsuit, yeah, they're basically. It feels like they're trying to ignore the lawsuit. Essentially, is what it feels like. Because they've made no mention of it. But yeah, look at this guy, Brian, Torrential Wrath, Conduction Smith. I don't know how he turned into an air element or an elemental, level 34. Ugh. Sir One Solar, Wan Solar. I don't know. You are making me want to stop this Blood Mage right the heck now and go to a Stormbringer, man. Ascension looked at Blizzard and said, meh. I wonder if they're just going to be like, if we ignore it, it goes away kind of thing. I doubt that's how it's going to work, but maybe that's their philosophy. Or who knows? Maybe they've got some kind of backroom talk going on right now with Blizzard, and that's why they're not saying anything. I doubt that's the case, but yeah, I doubt they're going to win the fight against Blizzard. Like I said, the only way they're coming out on top on that... Oh, that's a offhand weapon. I thought it was a wand. The only way they're coming out on top is if they basically say, hey, we will pay you, you know, whatever per month to keep the server open. And even then, I don't think Blizzard would allow it. But we'll see. Like I said, they have made 0 announcements on Discord about it. I've got a barbarian in here. I've got 2 cultists and me. How I'm doing more damage than the healer cultist is a little weird. I say Blizz needs to shush it and let the bots pay them monthly bills and leave us normal guys because yeah. I still think it's funny that was the longest running rumor of all time, is that Blizzard, they'd never confirmed or denied it, but like the fact that people thought that the gold bots in retail were owned and operated by Blizz is just another way of making money. Tank, I would greatly appreciate it if you would come over here and get rid of this stupid robot on me. Thank you. I am almost tempted. That actually might be better than that level 14 ring. Yeah, I want to see if I'm out healing the healer. Alright, it's official. That guy talked me into it. I'm making a Stormbringer. Bro, I'm telling you, I'm getting ready to myself. Jeez. Like, I have one that I'm leveling with Devin for video purposes, but I might make another one just so that I have something to... That's a weird drop. Something to really just do some DPS, because, like, this thing is... Really? I don't know what we're holding on. Look, the one time you'll see a Fleshweaver out DPSing a healer, or out healing a healer, I should say. Tank, you gotta keep aggro, bud. Sounds like the group has been excellent so far. This one has, yeah. We need Classic Plus like this, but they don't. Heard like what's what and still release retail. Yeah. Like I can remember playing retail and being like, this is fun, this is great, this is awesome. And then somewhere along the line it stopped feeling fun and felt more like a job. Which is odd to say since I'm actively using content to try and make it a job. Kinda was the last time I had fun in WoW. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's about accurate. I had fun when the during Dragonflight when the Draktherians showed up, but it was only fun for maybe a week or two, mainly because I hit max level at that point, and I was just like, okay, I'm not in a guild anymore. I don't really do raids because I'm not in a guild anymore. It was just one of those things where I was like, now what do I do since I don't do the in-game content? Like, if I'd still been in a guild doing raids, yeah, absolutely, but... I am doubling the healer right now. Once Mythics became mainstream over raids, I lost interest, and you had to PvE to PvP. Yeah, Sea of Blues. Yeah. I feel like they've really gone backwards on what World of Warcraft used to be. I don't know, between this healer and me, we're doing, what, 4K heals? And we're basically tied on DPS, so that's terrible. Sacred Storm has now been born. Nice! I'm telling you, man, we've got 30 minutes left, and I'm half tempted to go make another Stormbringer so I have something to play as a Stormbringer when Devin's not on. Look at that. Dude's 11k. Now, granted, last time I played the Maelstrom build, it was built for single target boss dealing. Lightning was pure AoE, with the exception of Arm of Thorum. But then Arm of Thorum got to the point where it was, yeah, no, below 500. Arm of Thorum actually has abilities to where it becomes AoE as well, so. Your healer is not up here, thank you. I just don't see black blood going out from the healer. That's slightly concerning to me. Like, are they not using it because I'm AoE healing right now, or I don't understand. Whenever you're ready, Tank, let's. What level is our healer? 16? Yeah, you should have black blood by this point. Does anybody remember what that skill is called for the cultists? That they should be using at this point? But yeah, I don't see them sending out black blood at all. I could have a setting turned off. So let me go back over to heals, and then we'll see here in just a second. Void Shield, Eldritch Mending. Just pure Eldritch Mending. Like, I want to go you. Whisper. You do no. You have a melee heal skill, right? It sends out black blood to heal. They're probably going to ignore me, but I mean, I'm just trying to be helpful. You know what I mean? Like, that is a primary skill as a healer. It should be the first skill you get as a level 11 healer, I believe. I probably just misspelled that all over the place, but whatever. Blade of the Empire, I believe. Wait, then why were you... Alright. That's hilarious. Was not expecting him to be like, but I'm not a healer. Okay. Oh, as much as I hate to do it, I think after today we're gonna switch specs because we're not. I mean, I'll keep leveling this guy probably off camera, but I'd rather get that first. Because that was periodic. Did that say periodic damage? Periodic damage now has a 20% chance to grant us haste. So as long as we're popping this, we should be alright. Hey, thanks for taking all the aggro. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You're a godsend. Oh, we need you, though. What type of spec is Fleshweaver? DPS to heal or full on targeting allies to heal, etc.? Technically, it's none of those. So what it's supposed to be is a support role where I do DPS, I can heal, I can do buffs and things of that nature. What it's turned out to be is an absolute nightmare of a class because we're not really doing any real DPS. Our healing is subpar compared to all other healers. The buffs that we get are just general buffs so far that a lot of other classes can get. So it's just like it doesn't feel like it's really doing what a support role should be doing. Like, I get losing a little bit of DPS to get some heals, or losing a little bit of heals to get some DPS. I get that. But so far, what it feels like is I sacrificed all of my DPS and all of my healing to be able to do both. So, it doesn't feel good. And, like, we're doing okay on our stats, too, which is what really pisses me off. But, like, from what I've been told is we don't really start to pick up until we get Crimson Tide. And we'll be in the 40s before we can start doing, like, mass pulls and not worrying about health and all that fun stuff. So... I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, that's why I am strongly considering, instead of doing the Blood Mage, going with one of the main classes that people are actually searching for on the internet right now to try and get. Yeah, no, I mean, it kind of does. Like, it frustrates me, man. And I didn't want to do the generic let's go tank with a Blood Mage, because that's basically what everyone does with a Blood Mage. Like when I first picked this healer, if you go back and watch day 1 for the blood, or not this healer, this class, if you go back and watch day 1, I even said, hey, we're picking this because it's a healer. And then we found out we couldn't queue as it. You stop running away from me, you stupid mage. We found out that we couldn't queue as a healer, that the heals were basically self heals and some AoE slight healing. And so it just, I don't know. And then I got pig-headed and I was like, well, we picked it, let's finish it. But now I'm like, there's no reason to finish it. Like, no one cares about the Blood Mage. So the other choices, like I did, as I was saying earlier in this stream, I did some research. There are 3 classes that people are currently really trying to get builds for and find content for, and that seems to be Rune Master, Fellsworn, and Stormbringer. Now, personally, y'all know me. I absolutely love the Stormbringer. Always have. It was our first 60 back in Alpha. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I put up a poll because we got like 20 minutes. Maybe I see what you guys want. I've always liked the DPS to heal type classes. Abilities Ascension has Dark Surgeon in its classic no class mod, and I loved it and been searching for something like that, but no luck. Grandpa Chang, if you want a DPS, like go in and just beat on things to heal, that's going to be your cultist. That was the first class we actually started, if I remember correctly, was cultist. So if you like that kind of playstyle, highly recommend cultist healing. It requires you to beat things with a 2-handed sword to heal people. Cultist, best in slot DPS healer. I can see that. I think it's still funny that they still list the Pyromancer as a DPS healer, but then when you go look at its entire kit, it's all click to heal. All right, and then I need the staff, which I believe is in the tower. Yeah. I would say go back probably about 4 or 5 videos, 6 videos, somewhere in that ballpark. And we have a cultist healer that we were running for a while until the server over on Volgen started being really terrible. Yeah, it's up here. And then I want to go turn in everything that I have. Actually, while this person's right here, watch, we're going to do this. Go poll. Hey, y'all know me, I'm going to be voting for that Stormbringer, so... One thing I will point out, Grandpa, is partway through the video partway through that series while we were doing them. Oh, that's not the staff that we needed. And I love how it always seems to glitch. Partway through that series, we found out that we got told originally that strength was for tank healing and int was for AoE healing. but what it really is you want spell power and intelligence. Like, just worry about those two. Strength you can get later on when you can start getting paladin gear that will give you both stats, or technically all three stats. But yeah, focus on that int, and you should be alright. Ooh, 3 votes right now, 2 for Stormbringer, 1 for Rune Master. We'll see how it goes before the end of the stream today. No problem. No problem. It's a lot of fun. I'm telling you right now. It is, if you really, really, really like beating on something to heal other people, it is a lot of fun, and it can do some serious damage while you're out questing, because you don't have to worry about your health. Oh, I did not realize I was in a group with all these people. I was like, why are they all red? And we're all blood mages. Oh no, there's one Knight of Azeroth. All right. So caster gear early game besides Wep, then after 40 start getting paladin and healing gear. You said yes, absolutely sacred. So the person that was doing that hardcore run, or one of the challenges, I'm guessing it's a hardcore run, she's not able to finish this creature, the target off, so she had to run away, which allows us oh, I can't heal whoever that is. You I can heal though. Alright, and then what we're actually going to do is leave party, and I think we have a bunch of stuff we can turn in over there. So let's go do that. Because I would rather turn in what we can. But yeah, this class, I mean, I have a feeling what I'm going to end up having to do is either level tank until we're in our 30s or 40s, and then be able to, okay, it's below us. And then we would have to go and switch back over to this with all different gear. And I don't know. This might be why we don't see many blood mages besides the tank. Just throwing that out there. I have not seen any hybrid builds yet. I have not seen any sanguines. I haven't seen any fleshweavers. The only blood mages I've been finding have been the tanks, at least doing anything other than overworld content. All right, both of those quests are now done. So it looks like we just need to go to Undercity real quick. I hate doing Undercity, man. This is why I don't like doing the undead territories, because the amount of times you have to go back to Undercity is just stupid. I'd rather just go back to the Barrens. I had some blood mages in my group once. They were DPS and destroying charts. Not sure what level or spec though. Yeah, I don't know. I have yet seen a blood mage outside of being a tank in dungeons. I'm not saying they're not out there. It's just they're the only ones I've been running into. And I think part of that is because technically the tank is the easiest class. You also get a lot more gear early level that's agility stamina based than you are spirit at all. So they are rare for sure. Haven't ran into any more since then. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the chances of finding blood mages are pretty low. Maps bring the strange pendant to Shadow Priest Alistair at the Sepulchre. Is he like just right inside, like at the church? Is that why I keep not being able to figure out where he's at? See, the other thing is, I like the Sepulchre is so different than it used to be. I don't know where the stupid quest givers are anymore. Yep, he's right here at the church. This is why we keep missing him.
What now? Embrace the shadow.
There. And then this is just another turn in right up here. But like this guy, oh, we also need to sell.
What is it? Is that better be good? Is it better be good?
Okay.
Patience. Discipline.
All right. So, yes. We would lose a lot of spell power for more spirit and int. So I'm going to say no on that. That's agility, stamina pairing. No thank you. A bunch of int. Fine. Okay, rest of this.
Your business. Our time will come.
Okay.
Trust no one.
What can I do leatherworking wise? We just messed up a whole bunch. Ooh, who just whispered me? Hold up. Sorry. Yes. Yes, I did. Alright. Finish creating all these. Missed a few points, but that's fine. We're almost able to wear it. Alright, so, and then what else do I have? I guess it's just the Dalaran one, because there's no other... Nope. We have to go back down to the church, because we're going to play this bouncy ball bullcrap. Alright. Now we can go across over here and hope that we can just run all the way to the back and wait for the guy to spawn. In 8 minutes, roughly. I want to try and at least finish this quest potentially before we get off. But yeah, I think so far, guys. Oh my gosh, I wasn't paying attention. How many votes do we have? Shadowmender. Oh, my friend would be so jealous. All of his character names starts with Shadow. SHDW is what he starts his with. Ooh, if I could spell. Hey, look, found a Bloodmage, and guess what? He's a tank. Aw, I was thinking it was that guy that did it, but nope. So we're at 5 votes, and Stormbringer is winning by a landslide. It is currently 80% Stormbringer, 20% Rune Master. All right. They are rare for sure. Let's see. Is there cross-faction 5-mans or not on this server? If you're referring to, like, if my brain would work, PvP stuff, PvP, PvE, like dungeons, battlegrounds, stuff like that, yes, they are cross-faction. All of it is. The only thing you can't really do cross-faction is overworld quests for areas. Like, I'm a blood mage, I can't go into the human territories and start doing quests there. This dude needs to spawn quickly. I mean, you can go to the human starting zone. Not saying you're going to live long enough. That is true, Sacred. Absolutely, Mitchell. By the way, Mal Career, thank you for the sub. I saw that pop up. My apologies for not saying it as it came up. But thank you for the sub. Welcome to the guild. All right. What spec did you go for Chrono? Absolutely, Sacred. Whatever you want to do, man. I appreciate all the help that you guys can do, or want to do, rather. It's fantastic getting to play with you guys and getting to chat with y'all. So, I am never going to be the person that's like, no, I will only solo the content. Now, obviously, if we were doing a solo challenge, that would be a different story. But for the most part, no. I am always happy to play with you guys, no matter what. I think when I get home tonight, uh, I will uh, I will make the Stormbringer and get him started for you guys because it looks like that's who is winning this poll. Even without my vote, it would be a landslide because it would be 75-25. But kabam! So I guess we will work on. I'll have to make a new Stormbringer because that way I don't level one without Devin because I've got one with him. But we'll work on that when I get home tonight. Internet may be a little wonky, just to let you guys know. My brother-in-law and my sister are going to be changing internet service providers to see if they can get one that works a little bit better throughout the whole house and has less droppage than the internet we currently have. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not 100% sure, but I will be basically stress testing it tonight. I get home around 9:30 p.m. Central, so if you guys are on and you want to join me, don't hesitate. Hit me up if you see me in game. I would be more than happy to play with any of y'all. Thank you again for all the subs. It has been a absolute whirlwind of amazingness this past week. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. We've gained almost 100 subscribers since the 6th. So in 4 days, we've almost gained 100 subscribers. That is mind-boggling, insane. So thank you so much for that, guys. I really appreciate it. It lets me know that I'm doing something that you guys enjoy. So yes, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please make sure that you do so. It does let you know when I go live. I try to go stream at least 2 hours every day, with the exception of Thursdays, or barring any issues with the internet or how I'm feeling in real life, kind of thing. Because I would hate to be on stream and just be like, because I feel terrible. So I only really stream when I have like super high energy. So days where I just feel super drained, I do apologize. I don't stream those days, but they're few and far between, especially when I have an amazing community like you guys. So I will catch you guys in tomorrow's stream. We'll be working on that Stormbringer, since that is what won the poll. And yeah, so we will catch you guys tomorrow. Stay safe out there. Be loved. But as always, stay legendary. Peace out, heroes.